Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the classroom. It's Mr. Low, and today we're gonna discuss on money exchange. Now, this is a rather interesting topic for this chapter of ratio and rate. Okay, because yeah, we are all looking forward to our next holiday, and you all know when we need to go another country, we need to exchange money from our Sing dollars to wherever we are going, the currency that is used there, and the value of money is different in different countries, right? So $1 in Singapore as compared to $1 in, for example, Malaysia, is different value, right? So the currency size might be different for different countries. So how is exchange rate usually expressed? Let's take a quick look at Google. Okay, if I Google um, the exchange rate for Singapore dollars to Malaysia ringgit, we will see that Google returns us 1 Singapore dollars equals to 3.08 Malaysia ringgit. So how do we express this? By the way, this means that if I go to the money exchanger, okay, I give them 1 Singapore dollars, I should get back somewhere around 3 ringgit. Alright, so how do we express this as a ratio? Let's okay, give me a while. Okay, so I have it over here. So one Sing dollar, SGD is Singapore dollars, MYR is Malaysia ringgit. So we can write this as a ratio. One Sing dollar is to 3.08 Malaysia ringgit. So typically question will ask, if I have, for instance, if I have 100 Malaysian ringgit and I go to the money exchanger and I ask to exchange for Singapore dollars, how much Sing dollars would I get back? Okay, typical question will go something like this. Okay, so let's take a look. If we like to do things think in terms of units, then we can ratio as sort of like units. 1 unit of Sing dollars, okay, is to 3.08 units of Malaysian ringgit. Alright, so we have $100 Malaysian ringgit that is represented by 3.08 units of currency. Okay, so I've highlighted in yellow, right, to represent Malaysian ringgit. Now, Sing dollar is 1 unit. The ratio is 1 is to 3.08. So we're interested in finding out, if we are interested in finding out how much Singapore dollars is that equals to, we are also, in a way, interested in finding how much does it represent, how much money is 1 unit representing. All right, so 100 units is represented by 3.08 units, and therefore we are interested in finding how much is 1 unit worth. That will give us how much Sing dollars we will get back from the money exchanger. Okay, so let's take a look. Since 100 is represented by 3.08 units, we want to find how much is 1 unit. We simply take 100 divided by 3.08 units, and you multiply by 1 unit, and we are done. All we have to do next is remember we are dealing with money, so we round off to the nearest cent. Usually, that's the case. Please refer to the question. The question might ask you to leave your answers to the nearest dollar, for instance. Okay, so depending on the question, right? So we find that 1 unit represents 32.47. So what does this mean? Remember, the amount represented by 1 unit is how much Sing dollar we will get back, right, if we exchange 100 Malaysian ringgit. So therefore, 100 Malaysian ringgit is simply 32.47 Sing dollars. So this is how we convert from ringgit to Sing dollars. But if we want to convert from Sing dollars to ringgit, I think it's even easier. Let's check an example. If I have, for instance, 200 Sing dollar, okay, SGD, how much is it in Malaysian ringgit, MYR? How much? Okay, most of us will immediately get the answer 3.08 times 200, right? Instinct will probably tell us that. Okay, let's do in the same way as how we did for the ringgit part, in case some of you are not too sure. So let's write it down in the same way. $200 is represented by 1 unit of currency because it's Sing dollars. Now, if Sing dollar is 1 unit, how many units is it for ringgit? Well, 3.08 units. So how much is represented by 3.08 units? If we can find this, then we have the answer to our question. Okay, so let's go ahead and do in the same way as we did just now. 3.08 units. Now we're interested in finding 3.08 units. Okay, equals to 200 divided by 1, because 200 is represented by 1 unit, multiplied by 3.08, because we're interested in finding 3.08 units. Okay, so 3.08, 3.08, 3.08, 1 unit, 1 unit. All right, so from there we are done. Okay, let me do a quick calculation. It will be 616. Okay, so 3.08 units represents 616 currency. All right, so what is this currency? Ringgit. Okay, so therefore we can write Singapore dollars 200 is equivalent to ringgit 616. And we're done. Okay, so this is how we generally go and convert currencies. Of course, the exchange rate will differ day to day. So every day, if you want to exchange for different currency, if you're going to Malaysia, for instance, you need to change for ringgit. People will generally wait till you can exchange for more ringgit before you go and exchange. So people will just either Google or check the news or just go to the money exchanger and take a look at what is the exchange rate. So generally 3.0 something is considered pretty high, but if let's say one fine day the exchange rate goes to 1 Sing dollars is to, for instance, 3.20 ringgit, then you know that this is the time for you to change to ringgit, because I can get more ringgit out of every dollar, every Sing dollar. So you can kind of spend more over there with the same amount of money that you have. Okay, so this is the concept of currency exchange. Let's go straight into the questions. Okay, so here, for example 1, we have an exchange rate between Canadian dollars and Australian dollars. CAD is to AUD. Okay, it was fixed at 1 Canadian dollars is to 1.06855 Australian dollars. So once I see this piece of information, I immediately highlight and I do annotation by the side. So Canadian, I express it in a ratio. Canadian is to Aussie dollars. 1 is to 1.06855. Okay. So the question asked part A, convert 359 Canadian dollars to Australian dollars. Okay, so for part A, it is quite simple. You can do it in the way that I did it just now. Okay, the way that I express my answers like this, you can do it so. Or if you are quick, you can immediately do this. Okay, first, I always have to first write down the information given in the question. This is my ratio. I must have the ratio first. All right, we have one Canadian is to 1.06 Aussie. We're interested in finding how much Aussie dollars is it for 359 Canadian. So you can see that from here, I just multiply by 359. All right, so here I also multiply by 359. This one is quite easy because our base ratio for Canadian dollars is 1. And you get the answer, right? I will first write out in full first. That means I do not round off to the nearest cent. I will only round off at the final concluding statement. Okay, remembering that the question asks you to round off to the nearest cent. Usually that is the case, right? Okay, so if you're comfortable with the previous way that I expressed my answer, you can go and try. You should get back the same answer. Okay. Next, let's look at part B. Okay, now you are told to convert 830 Aussie dollars to Canadian. All right. So again, you can use the same way that I expressed my answer just now. You can scroll back the video and take a look again, right? But if you are quick, you can immediately come to the second step. But first, I always need to write down my base ratio. Okay, so 830 Aussie dollars is represented by 1.06855 units. So how much Canadian dollars is how much 1 unit represents? Right, so I just take 830 divide by this number of units and multiply by 1. And I round off the final answer to the nearest cent. And I'm done. So this one, this question is very basic. Requires to convert from one currency to the other, okay, by writing down the ratio. Okay, example 2 is a typical word problem. Okay, a typical word problem would ask you, for instance, I'm going to, in this case, I'm going to Hong Kong. Lawrence is going to Hong Kong. So before you go, you need to exchange Sing dollars to Hong Kong dollars. Okay, so let's say for example, let's say I'm bringing 1,000 Sing dollars. I'm prepared to spend 1,000 Sing dollars there. So I go to the My Exchanger. Part A will ask you how much Hong Kong dollars can I get from the exchanger. Then the question will proceed like this. So I went to Hong Kong. I spent this much of Hong Kong dollars. Okay, and then I come back to Singapore and I exchange whatever I have left in Hong Kong dollars back to Sing dollars. How much Sing dollars am I going to get back? Or the question can ask, in terms of Sing dollars, how much money did I spend over there? So you can imagine how you should tackle such problems. But if you cannot, let's take a look at this example here. Okay, so Lawrence found out that a shirt of a certain brand costs $59.90 in Singapore. That's pretty expensive. Okay. While an identical shirt, the same shirt in Hong Kong, costs Hong Kong dollars 221.50. Okay, and we are given the exchange rate. So straight away, we can write down the information over here. Okay, SGD is to Hong Kong dollars, HKD is 19.4149 is to 100. Now you can write it the other way around. You can write HKD is to SGD, no problem. Okay, how much would Lawrence save in Sing dollars if he purchased the shirt in Hong Kong? So this statement here gives you a hint that it is cheaper in Hong Kong than Singapore. So you can kind of check your answer using this knowledge. Okay. All right. I highlighted this statement here, save in Sing dollars. That means we are interested in finding the savings in terms of Sing dollars. So this gives us a hint that we should actually convert from Hong Kong dollars to Sing dollar and not the other way around. We need to work everything in terms of Sing dollars. Okay, so let's dive into the solution. Okay, first I write down the base information given, the exchange rate. Very important. Okay, so now we want to find out how much did he save if he bought the shirt in Hong Kong. Clearly, the amount saved would be the price in Singapore in terms of Sing dollars minus the price that of the same shirt in Hong Kong in terms of Sing dollars. That will give us how much he saved if he bought over there. So no choice, I have to convert the price of that shirt in Hong Kong into Sing dollars. So let's take a look. Right, we have Hong Kong dollars 221.50 as the price. Okay, so in the ratio, we know that 211.50 is represented by 100 units, and we're interested in converting to Sing dollars 19.4 units. So I'll just take the price divided by 100 units times 19.4149. And I round off later, finally to the nearest cent. So how much did he save? The price in Singapore is 59.90. I'll just subtract away the price in Hong Kong. And we are done. We found that if he bought the shirt in Hong Kong, he would have saved $18.84, which is quite a lot compared to the price itself. $18 compared to $59 is quite a big percentage, right? You can calculate the percentage saving, right? Okay, good. So this example is pretty simple. Let's take a look at a bit more complicated question here. All right, so let's dive into the question straight away. When Jack went for a holiday in Japan, okay, he went to Japan, he exchanged 500 Sing dollars for yen. So he's prepared to spend 500 Sing dollars over there. Okay, at Sing dollars 1.28 to 100 yen. So with this piece of information, I can immediately write down the exchange rate in terms of the ratio. Okay, immediately note down. After the holiday, he has this much yen left. He came back to Singapore with this much yen, okay, and then he exchanged for Sing dollars. So we are assuming the same exchange rate, right? So we are not dealing with another rate. So this exchange rate here is still applicable after he comes back. All right. So how much did he spend in Japanese yen? Right. So in order to find out how much he spent, this is the equation that we're interested in. How much did he spend? Well, he spent is the difference between how much he brought there and how much he came back with. Okay, so initial amount minus final amount. That is how much he spent over there. So at the beginning of the working, I always remember to write down my information. Okay. So please present in the way, try to mimic the way that I present my answers. Okay, amount spent is initial minus final. So let's find the parts one by one. How much amount he has initially and how much did he left with? Okay, so because the question asks for how much did he spend in Japanese yen. So this gives us a clue that we have to work everything in terms of yen. So that means we have to convert Sing dollars SGD to Japan yen JPY. Okay, we have to do the conversion from Sing dollars to Japanese yen. So initial amount he bought 500 over. Okay, so $500 is represented by 1.28541 units. Okay, because it's in Sing dollars, and we're interested in finding out how much does 100 units represent. So that gives us how much yen is that. Okay, so turns out, all right, it is about 38 or 39,000 yen. Okay, I'll leave the answer as it is without rounding off to the nearest cent yet, because remember, intermediate steps, we do not round off first. Okay, so yeah, we shall use later over here. So I do not round off yet. Okay, the final amount he came back with 3893.57. Okay, so he came back with 3893.57. That is the final amount. So we are interested in finding how much he spent. We take the initial amount minus of the final amount. And then finally, we convert it. Sorry, we round off to the nearest cent. So he spent about 35,000 yen over there. So how much did he spend in terms of Sing dollars? You can go and convert yourself if you're interested. Okay, next part. How much was the balance Japanese yen in Sing dollars? Yeah. So that means he came back with certain amount of yen, which is 3,893. He goes to the money exchanger and he changed back for Sing dollars. How much will he get back? Okay, how much will he get back? Okay, so so this is essentially just converting from yen to Sing dollars. Okay, if you want to be consistent, okay, you can choose to write down the ratio in part B also. You can choose to write this in your working for part B. All right, so let's take a look. 3,893 yen is represented by 100 units, and we are interested in finding 1.28 units for Sing dollars. So as usual, divide by 100 times 1.28541. And then finally, we round off to Sing dollars. Okay, so this means he comes back with this amount of yen. He goes to exchange at a money exchanger and he should get back about $50 Sing dollars. Okay, so when we do this kind of calculations, okay, so in this particular question, he gets back $50.04 Sing dollars. But we all know that when we go to the money exchanger, we will always get back lesser amount than what the exchange rate says. Okay, so for instance here, if he change yen to Sing dollars, he might only get back, for instance, $48, $47 around there. Okay, depending on which money exchanger you're going to, because they need to earn money. They need to earn from you. So they earn through offering you a different exchange rate than what you may find on Google, so that they can get a bit of money from you when you exchange. This is how they earn. Alright, so we are done with this part on exchange rate. I hope you find this interesting. Next lesson, we will do on speed, distance, and time, which since it says recap here, means you must have learned this somewhere. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll see you soon.